It is the 3rd of the 8th, 2012. This is today's climate change update. Let's go get started on SOT.net. Blackberries fruiting at record late time of the year in the United Kingdom. Goes on to say the rowan and elderberry also affected as dismal weather delays wild trees and shrubs fruiting season. Just another sign of the times. USGS reporting in a 6.3 magnitude earthquake in New Ireland region of Papua New Guinea. Market Insider encourages investors to buy up farms and food as scarcity war escalates. Another 6.1 earthquake in central Peru. Fears grow for rise in food prices. The increase in grain prices already being felt around the world. In Indonesia, the tofu industry has threatened to strike over rising soybean prices. In Mexico, the cost of corn tortillas is on the rise. And Iran last week witnessed a rare protest over the cost of chicken. Gigantic sinkhole opens up in Brooklyn and nearly swallows a parked car. Large sinkhole opened up Wednesday afternoon in Brooklyn, creating a close call for one family that just parked their car in the vicinity. And they're saying it's going to take them a few days to fill that hole in, but they've got it shored up kind of thing. New Zealand's White Island volcano showing growing signs of unrest. The volcano, about 49 kilometers off the coast of Wakatane, is a popular tourist spot, but the volcanologist says those visiting should be cautious even though the alert level for the island has not changed. They're saying it's just a little more active than normal. It's gone past the normal line, and to be advised. Over to the extinction protocol. I got one story I want to cover off of here tonight. Scientists probe link between magnetic polar reversal and heat in planet's interior. Basically, they're going on about how our core is solid in the middle, and then it's got the liquid outer core that spins a lot faster than the mantle, which actually moves as well a few millimeters a year, and that's what they're tying up to continental drift and all earthquakes and volcanoes and that kind of thing. They're saying due to heat variations in the core itself, that changes the climate, of course, because the heat radiates out and changes our climate and all that stuff. Very in-depth and interesting read. Bear in mind, these are put out by the same scientists that, so take it for what it is. And over to the Watchers, they've got the bulk of the stories today. Tropical storm Ernesto on the path for the Caribbean. Got a tropical storm rolling up off north of South America, heading up into the Caribbean Sea, into the Gulf of Mexico kind of thing. Life on Mars, question mark. Curiosity landing on red planet scheduled for August 6th, 2012. It's about 3 days. The Curiosity rover will attempt a safe landing on Gale Crater, Mars in just 3 days. NASA's Mars Science Laboratory mission will attempt to deliver a nearly 1-ton car-sized robotic roving laboratory to the surface of Mars. A Curiosity rover landing will mark the start of a 2-year prime mission to investigate whether one of the most closest planets has life or not. And those other rovers have done extremely well out there. Formation of new tropical cyclone in western Pacific Ocean. There's just been an ongoing deluge through Taiwan and Japan. Very much that time of year for these folks. Yeah, and Typhoon Sloan slams eastern Taiwan, leaves 14 dead on the Philippines. Again, these storms are ongoing and they're churning the ocean right there off the coast of Japan. And all the things that entails. Over to the nuclear stuff. Let's go to E&E News quick. New episode of HBO's Newsroom centered on Fukushima cover-up. Quote, "It's a lot worse than they're telling you," unquote. Level 5 versus level 7 is the difference between life and gruesome death. The contamination and cover-ups continue in Japan. Workers are fired once they have heat stroke. Fukushima Daiichi workers explaining if these people get hurt in the least amount, they're go ahead and fired, much like Halliburton does to its contractors in war zones. Mayor, free medical need for exposed residents. They say will be okay under 20 millisieverts a year. Quote, we cannot take it literally. Health hazards due to radiation exposure, a concern for the rest of the lives. Our lives, your lives, everybody watching this. A leaked email. Nuclear operator warns against leaking documents. Specifically mentions Fairwind Associates. So we might be looking forward to a big announcement from Arnie Gunderson land here shortly. Photographer, after seeing conditions in Fukushima, it feels like Hiroshima is happening again. This is out of the Japanese Times. And worker confirms TEPCO taking weekends off at Fukushima Daiichi. Can't pay that overtime. It costs way too much money for these overpaid nuclear workers. U.S. nuclear experts were concerned over Japan's plan to goop Fukushima Daiichi with Fix-It. Can form a glue-like material like peanut butter and may cause more problems. The insanity continues. Radioactive tea voluntarily surrendered to Hong Kong authorities. 196 becquerels per kilograms of cesium, almost double the Japan's insane limit. Fukushima weather forecaster giving out radiation levels, and I want to get to that. Fukushima seafood goes on sale in Tokyo. Prices 20% higher than usual. Quote, I'm so relieved that octopus from Fukushima have finally become available, says one vendor, and he is proud to sell the seafood. Reuters, no immediate risk to health is the same as saying there is a long-term risk to health. One farmer quoted, very true, very true. Japan's only active nuclear reactors may be stopped. Let's hope they do. They are protesting. It's Friday. Every Friday, big protests throughout Japan, rain or shine. And there's one more. Yeah, here it is. Thick iron shielding placed below radiation monitoring post. Dose was double 5 meters away, so they're shielding these monitors to cushion the numbers as not to create a panic. But don't worry, folks, radiation's good for you. Everything's perfectly under control. And finally tonight, there's a story coming off of the RSOE. We got a non-categorized event in the United States. U.S. government's only facility for handling, processing, and storing weapons-grade uranium has been temporarily shut after anti-nuclear activists, including an 82-year-old nun, breached security fences, government officials said on Thursday. WSI Oak Ridge, the contractor responsible for protecting the facility at Oak Ridge, Tennessee, is owned by an international security firm, G4S. These Israelis, which was at the center of a dispute over security at the London Olympic Games. Officials said the facility was shut down on Wednesday, at least until next week, after these 3 activists cut through perimeter fences to reach the outer wall of the building where highly enriched uranium, a key nuclear bomb component, is stored. The activists painted slogans and threw what they said was human blood on the walls of the facility. One of numerous buildings in the facility, known by the code name Y12, it was given during World War II, officials said. While moving between perimeter fences, the activists triggered sensors that alerted security personnel, but officials conceded the intruders were still able to reach the building walls before security personnel got to them. So an 82-year-old nun and 2 of her accomplices, I think they were putting up crime scene tape and painting slogans on the walls, but they didn't actually breach the buildings. They are under arrest and under the system, so they're just waiting for bail now. See what happens. crazy. Enjoy it while you can. I'm going to start some art projects, so I hope I don't bore you with a few of these videos. I'll give you a little teaser. Enjoy while you can, everybody.